What's some OSG unit, my Nightrider army? It's OSG Nightrider coming back to you with another YouTube video. Right. For those who haven't watched my latest video, I urge you to go back and watch that video because this will probably not make any sense unless you go and check that video out first. But don't worry guys, after you go and watch that video, I'll be here waiting for you. Long story short, a few hours after I dropped my video, Wade, however, uploaded his response video responding to KSI in the heat of all of this ongoing drama between him and KSI. But there's a shocking little twist, guys. During Wade's response video, he exposes KSI, and get this, there's a shocking revelation. KSI fucking lied to Wade. I've already seen Wade's response video to KSI, but I just want to briefly go over it again because I just want to break down exactly what was said during his response video to KSI. So without further ado guys, we're gonna watch that video together right now.
As you guys probably already know, I am making this video to respond to my character being called into question as a person and a professional by two individuals, Mams Taylor and KSI.
Now for those who are not on Twitter and you haven't been keeping up to date with all this, right, Wade did, however, wind up tweeting this out, where he would state that he would defend himself, especially when his character has been called into question. And no offence, right, both KSI and his manager, Mams Taylor, did exactly that by calling his character into question, which is warranted Wade's response video to KSI in the first place.
And as you guys probably already know, this all, at least from what you guys think, stemmed from a video I did called KSI versus Jake Paul is not happening. And in that video, I said, even though I previously had thought different, I wasn't so sure that KSI and Jake Paul would pull better pay-per-view numbers than Jake Paul and Tommy Fury.
Which is exactly the very same video where KSI goes on a complete fucking meltdown, as well as having a tantrum on Twitter, all because Wade had stated this very same opinion throughout his entire video.
Now, we're going to get into all of that in a second, but that was the tipping point for everything that came my way. All of, like I said, the personal attacks. KSI saying I was two-faced, that I was playing both sides, and even going as far as to saying, fuck everything you stand for, you two-faced word I can't say here. Mams Taylor publicly in front of everyone in a Twitter space and now everyone in the influencer boxing scene, just like all of this was done publicly in front of everyone, told me to go have fun on Kingpin, effectively firing me from Misfits.
As I stated in my last video, KSI is a complete fucking hypocrite, and so is his manager, Mams Taylor, because at no point, right, is Wade two-faced. All I could say about Wade is a good fucking guy, he's a genuine person, right? All he does is covers YouTube influencer boxing. And he's been doing it ever since he started his YouTube channel. And the fact that both KSI and Mams Taylor could fucking do this, such an amazing person, is fucking baffling. Especially to a person like me, to even witness this go down on Twitter. And as you can tell, guys, this is where Wade plays that very same clip that I featured in my video, right, where Mams Taylor states the following.
Who else has built that fight like this? Look at my channel.
No.
Who has built that fight more?
Anyway, have fun on Kingpin, Wade.
My God. What a fucking scumbag Mams Taylor really is. Honestly, the guy is such a fucking scumbag. What a fucking complete fucking prick.
Now, since then, KSI and Mams Taylor have apologized for their tone, the outlash, the way in which they went about things, but the apologies themselves don't make up for the words that were said to me. The attacks on my character, personally and professionally, saying that I am one way behind the scenes and one way on camera. I can promise you guys it's not the truth. I'm going to prove it to every one of you guys that supported me right now. So KSI made a video or was a part of a video on Side Plus, and he addressed the situation, and by doing so showed me that not only is this apology that was tweeted at this almost exact same time Mams Taylor tweeted it, and I know exactly why, starting to ring hollow, but that he's not even trying to hide the fact that they're lying.
I applaud Wade, I really fucking do. At least the guy is not a fucking idiot. Wade is not stupid at all. You see, with Wade, he's a lot smarter than you think. There's no way that apology was fucking sincere. If anything, yes, KSI fucking lied. And you're gonna see right now why he lied within that fucking video on the Side Plus.
Wade is obviously allowed to have his opinion on anything. He can, it's a free society. You can say whatever you want, do whatever you want. That's cool. But I'm okay. I'm allowed to hate on it as well.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to.
He says, I'm allowed to have my opinion on anything, but he's allowed to hate on it as well. And I know he's misspeaking there, and he means he's allowed to have his own opinion. And he's right. I've never told KSI he can't have his own opinion on the things that I say or anybody else says, because why would I do that? Of course he can have his own opinion, just like I can have mine. But only one of us got upset about that. And it wasn't me.
And I personally have to agree with Wade on this one, because it wasn't Wade that got upset. It was fucking JJ that went on a tantrum on Twitter, all because Wade stated his opinions over a video which KSI did not fucking like. He didn't like the opinions that Wade was giving at the time.
The reason why I was like, he's two-faced is because behind...
Hear him again call me two-faced. So again, did the apology really mean anything if you continue to say things that aren't true? And maybe JJ just doesn't know that it's not true. But to call me two-faced again shows me that the things you apologize for weren't the words you said, it was how you said it.
Which ultimately makes JJ the biggest two-faced fucking hypocrite on YouTube today. Because if he was really sorry, then why resort to calling Wade two-faced again within that fucking clip? JJ, I swear to God, you're such a lying coward shitbag. And you really are. And I did say that for the fucking last video. You really are a fucking coward fucking shitbag. Hypocrites. Fucking hypocrites!
Behind the scenes, he's there like, this tag team idea, brilliant, I love it. And then online, he's there like, not sure about this. Don't think this is a good idea. Da-da-da, da-da-da. I'm like, bro, you 1 minute you're saying you like it to me in private, and publicly you're saying what the public want to hear. So
none of this is true. I can't believe JJ just flat out said that to the Sidemen. And by the way, the Sidemen themselves are getting this information from JJ, but I genuinely like those guys. Toby, Ethan, Josh, I like those guys. I've only met them a couple times, and to be honest, I liked JJ, and I still want to like JJ, but I don't know if he's confused or if he's just flat out lying here, but none of this has happened. What I said about tag team boxing on camera is the same thing that I said behind the scenes, and I can show you guys on screen now that I have the receipts to prove it. January 28th was my tweet about tag team boxing, where I said, and I think a quote tweet of Fred's, that I needed to see it, but on the surface of it, I didn't like it. Because as a combat sports commentator, I have seen things tried, like multiple man fights in MMA, where guys get absolutely battered with their head turns and caved in. So of course, I was concerned when I heard tag team boxing, because this is already a niche in the sport of boxing that a lot of guys that don't box are coming into, are learning how to box, and then on top of that, on a couple of weeks' notice, are going to learn how to tag team box, guys with no experience. In fact, when the tweet went live, B-Dave said he didn't even know what the rule set was.
Talk about fucking exposed. KSI, you fucking prick. Your ass just got exposed because that's not the only receipt that Wade shows. Throughout this whole response video, Wade then goes on to show even more receipts to prove that JJ fucking lied. And even so, I applaud Wade for the simple reason being because he held that same opinion on and off camera, as well as privately and publicly.
But how does a tag team boxing match actually run? What are the rules like?
Well, Mams hasn't completely explained everything to me, but I was down because I really want to fight Stromedy. And I think that me and Pineda joining forces would be sick. It'd be like a father and son boxing match, you know?
How long does the rounds last and how many rounds are there?
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well,
these were things I was concerned about. The rule set, the health and safety of the fighters. Were we going to take it seriously? Because if we didn't, someone's going to get hurt. I only have 2 ways of contact with KSI. One is when we see each other in person, and 2 is through Twitter DM, which we're going to get into in a second. But the last time that I DM'd KSI up to that point was October 14th. And also, in person, the last time I had spoken to KSI was January 14th, 2 weeks before rumors started to circulate about tag team boxing. And then the announcement was made on the 30th, and as soon as I saw it was real, I saw they were actually doing this, I sent a text to Mams Taylor. Hey, Mams, just wanted to let you know I'm recording a video on this tag team idea. I'm going to be honest with the people. Just my opinion, but I don't like it. And I go into why, but that's all. And then Mams Taylor says, you never mentioned that to me when we spoke about it, and maybe I could tell you more about it before you do that. I guess he meant to say, so you have the full picture. Mams Taylor and I never spoke about tag team boxing, and I never once told Mams Taylor it was a brilliant idea that I loved, which is why I said in my reply, we never spoke about it. We spoke about a pro tournament that you had planned. All I heard of this was rumor until today. I'd gladly hear more about it for sure. Just doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
And I, for one, believe Wade, because not only is he showing receipts, but he's also telling the truth, because obviously, down to the point, right, he's right about the fact that, you know, from the day you DM'd KSI, because at the end of the day, Wade does have 2 ways of contacting KSI, and he does, publicly and through Twitter DMs. And also, no, at no point did he ever mention about the tag team boxing to Mams Taylor. He wasn't even aware of it at that point.
Then he said, okay, we'll talk before you post so you get the full picture. So yes, I was open to hearing more about tag team boxing, and we did sit down and talk that night, and that was the very same night that I recorded the Breakdown podcast with Sensei and had these things to say about tag team boxing.
The reason you have to tag out is because imagine someone is faking like they're going to go tag, right? Like they step into that circle, they turn, boom, throw the right hand over, you know? You could get some like safety issues could be a real thing here. This is why this, like, again, I told everybody involved, I need to see this before I really make a judgment on it.
So no, I didn't hate tag team boxing. I didn't like the idea of it because of the health and safety involved with the fighters. I never said I loved the idea behind the scenes. I said that I wasn't quite sure about it and it didn't make sense to me and I needed to see it. And I know I'm taking the long way around here, but I just want to make sure you guys fully understand how wrong this is what they are saying. Again, this whole time, I had not spoken to KSI about it once. I'm in Philadelphia, and Mams Taylor hits me with the actual seeing of what tag team boxing looked like. I think it was February 13th. But he sent me some training footage that you guys have now seen live of Derek Chisora, Idris Virgo, and others training the tag team boxing. And once I watched it and saw how smooth and how it looked like it could be better protected, I said, wow, this looks smoother than I thought and can work with the right rules defined. Then I doubled down on the newfound understanding I had of that video after I saw it on the 13th with a public video on the 19th, once again proving the things I say in private, I absolutely say in public. All right, there's the tag. Referee steps in and they reset. Pretty smooth transition. I'm not mad at that at all. Guys working here, working. Goes southpaw, boom, boom. And he goes into his corner, and a referee immediately steps in. So again, I assume, and there's another back slap tag. God dang it. If we're going to be pro wrestling, let's just at least follow that rule set. The variety that you get with Misfits is something I think is pretty dope. It isn't just one steady thing. There's a lot of different things you can latch onto and say, that's why I watch Misfits. That is why I watch influencer boxing. I'm not too mad at that. I just want to make sure it's done right.
Fuck's sake, man. I really am starting to get WWE vibes from watching that. The fact that they're coming up with tag team boxing, it reminds me pretty much of WWE, AEW, and any other sort of professional wrestling. I mean, I can't believe they even think about doing this in boxing. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I understand where Wade's coming from. It would be a good idea, but if only the rules are defined, if it's done correctly and safely. I can totally understand Wade's points on that.
Where I complimented the idea of tag team boxing because now I had seen it and I was showing people how it could possibly operate if done safely. So, KSI, you flat out lied here. And I can't believe you have because you had no reason to. JJ, you either lied or you're getting your information from people you may want to start to look a little closer at because I don't know what you're saying here, but it's flat out untrue.
KSI just got exposed.
And then online, he's there like, not sure about this. Don't think this is a good idea. Da-da-da. I'm like, bro, you 1 minute you're saying you like it to me in private, and publicly you're saying what the public want to hear. So with Wade, he just wants to constantly
be on everyone's good side, as a journalist would.
Side.
Yeah,
Which
if he's got to play the game. That is his.
So, no, I don't just want to be on everyone's good side. I don't just say what the public wants to hear. JJ, you should know better than anyone that I don't do that. When the first time we met, I made sure on the record, right in front of you, when Alex Wasabi pulled out of that fight, while I was in Clapham, and I got all the news, and I came to you, and I already knew the right information. And to you, just like I had on Twitter when people attacked me for saying Alex Wasabi had a factual concussion and could not fight on 2 to 3 weeks' notice and should not fight with a recent concussion on 2 to 3 weeks' notice, I said the same thing to you in front of you in our interview.
I think Swarms is a better fighter than Alex Wasabi.
Really?
Yes, because at least he can get into the ring.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait,
Okay.
what about Alex? Where's Alex?
Yeah,
couldn't even make it into the ring. So
listen, obviously Alex is got the concussion issues. We want to make sure that we are sensitive to that.
It
is what it is, right? We move on.
I mean, Jake Paul's clowning on him.
I did see that.
Jake Paul's clowning on Alex, even though that's his guy.
It's his representative. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got to play the game. That is his job role and his whole thing.
Well, I guess obviously that's going to rub me the wrong way.
Of course, but the public don't have that full story, so they're seeing him put out this little clip, and then they're seeing you bug out over this little clip, and they're thinking this is a massive overreaction.
I did bug out,
but even Toby is confused as to what it is that I do as a journalist. I don't play both sides. I am unbiased, and I'm not directing this at Toby, but it's just the wordage being used. There's a difference between playing both sides and saying what people want to hear and being unbiased to both sides to make sure that I don't lean one way or another. And that's what I do. Because there is no side to me. There is no KSI side. There is no Jake side. There is the Joe Rogan rule or the commentary rule, which is you see what you say, and that's exactly what I do. So, JJ, if I didn't speak to you online since October before February 22nd, and I didn't speak to you in person since January 14th. And in person, if we talked on Fight Week, there was only one opportunity to do that, and that was when our face-to-face was about to be set up, and I had no idea about tag team boxing at that moment. When was it that we talked about it in person? You can enlighten me, please. And also, this is so silly that I even have to say this, but another reason I was in hot water or things were an issue or I was pissing people off behind the scenes was because I had an energy drink that I dared to say was scientifically better than Prime. When I was asked on Twitter for my honest opinion about my drink, one that I have partnered with and am invested in, and believe in the product for, that doesn't contain any caffeine, that doesn't contain any sugar, I spoke honestly. When someone said, is it better than Prime? I said, in my opinion, yes. But I also, in that same tweet thread, responding to someone else that had said, oh, Wade, you're coming for Prime, I said, they're in their lane, I'm in mine. Because my drink is an alternative to people that don't necessarily want to go down the road of caffeinated drinks, but still want to have an energy boost. That's the reason I drink it. I have central nervous system problems that I'm still going through. It's why I'm in fucking Wales. And this drink offers me that alternative. And I was speaking on my own platform. I never brought that onto Misfits platforms. I never brought that onto DAZN platform. I never came out and said, hey, look at Update, how much better it is than Prime. I've never done that. And people behind the scenes at Misfits still got upset at me for it.
Okay. Let's be real. Imagine anyone like KSI or anyone who works at Misfits getting pissed off over Wade having an energy drink which he stated his opinion that it's better than Prime because it contains no caffeine, no sugar. I mean, that's down to Wade. I mean, he doesn't have to fucking say, oh, Prime is better. I mean, this guy is completely neutral. He's not going to suck KSI's cock. He's not like that. And I can tell that Wade will never side with KSI. He calls it down the middle. And regardless about the energy drink, right, whether it's better than Prom or not, that's just Wade's opinion. Don't tell me, KSI, that either you or anyone who works Misfits is going to start getting pissed off just because Wade stated an opinion by saying that his energy drink is a lot better than yours. Seriously, JJ, man the fuck up and grow up, you fucking cunts.
But the last big thing, and I guess this is where we'll end off, that was a big deal behind the scenes that came into the public. And again, just me being transparent, since these things are public now, you guys heard Mams Taylor.
Who else has built that fight like this? Look at my channel.
No.
Who has built that fight more?
Anyway, have fun on Kingpin, Wade.
I was offered to commentate Kingpin's tournament, and I turned that offer down multiple times because just like I told Kingpin and just like I told Mams, I wanted to help build Misfits and DAZN together. I wanted to help build the influencer boxing scene, and I saw Misfits and DAZN as the best way to do that. And after weeks and weeks of getting this offer from Kingpin and turning it down, and actually when they asked me who would be a better fit if it wasn't me, pointing to my brother and saying FaZe Sensei, because people have not put the respect on his name for being one of the best in our scene at what he does, not only breaking down fights, but showing real-life application of who has advantages because he does this. He got that opportunity, and when I tell you, I'm so happy for Isaiah. Like, he deserves that, and he's going to show you guys exactly why. That was fine, but the offer came in again to work alongside Sensei, and I went to Mams Taylor as recently as this week with that offer because no, I'm not under contract with Misfits. I'm not even under long-term contract with DAZN, but I was trying to build and I was trying to establish that long-term deal by telling Mams Taylor I want to be involved long-term with Misfits and DAZN. I want to help build this scene, but I can't do this thing back and forth where I'm in purgatory and there's this deal on the table. I'm bringing it to you to say, I don't want to go do this. And again, it was the same answer, the purgatory thing, where they didn't know if they wanted to work long-term, and I was pissing people off behind the scenes, and he'd talk to people, and to this day, I never got that answer, but I don't think I was ever going to get it. But that's how Mams Taylor had the ammo to use that against me, and it is what it is, I guess. It was just something that was private, made public. And again, if we're talking about people being two-faced, it wasn't me that did that.
I think we already know by now, Wade, who are two-faced. It most certainly isn't you. I am leaning towards KSI and Mams Taylor on that one. But also, if I can point out one other person, I'm going to also mention that fucking god known prick, Drama Nation, prick-face Keemstar.
But yeah, that's kind of it. I'm really just disappointed I had to make this video, honestly, because I'm older than JJ is, not by a lot, but I looked up to the guy. I did. And I believed him when he spoke. And to a degree, I still kind of do. But when things got personal with me, if you guys hadn't been around, when he dropped all those messages on me, if you guys hadn't come to support me on Twitter, on YouTube, on Reddit, which I saw, they would have buried me. And I don't know if I would have gotten an apology from KSI or Mams. But what I do know is this channel's not going anywhere. We, as a community, the Wade Consept community, the breakdown, I'm just going to keep covering the influencer boxing scene. Even if I'm not working these events, I'll be there doing everything that we already do, creating new ways to bring you guys interesting content that you like. And I'll always remain me, on camera and off. I'll tell you this, we're not going anywhere on this channel. And every single one of you that supported me, I appreciate you, I love you, and I got some things planned. What do I mean? I guess we'll find out.
Great to its fucking due. I must applaud Wade for that, because I tell ya, throughout the whole fucking response video, it was completely fucking warranted. And let me just state this, right? I am fucking glad that Wade mentioned that when he fucking did. Because if none of us had called both JJ and Manta out on their fucking bullshit, Wade would be finished by now. He wouldn't even have a fucking platform. His whole entire career would have been over at this point. But we all stood towards the community. And I'm glad to say, Wade isn't going fucking anywhere. Fair play to you, Wade. Hold up, guys. We just got an update from KSI's Twitter about 4 hours ago. He states this: talk to Wade, and this time I'm actually sorry. Legit, this whole thing has just been a big misunderstanding. We both want the same thing, success for everyone in the influencer boxing scene. Wade is a good guy. I messed up completely. My bad, man. For which Wade responds by saying, JJ, you're a real one. For the call, man. Generally, I appreciate you reaching out. And you're right, this scene deserves us all working towards its success. Okay, so JJ has officially apologised. But the question is he really sorry this time? Because according to Kavos, I think he seems to think a lot differently. Because he tweeted this. Some misunderstanding that when you were actively lying about Wade's character trying to destroy his career, glad Wade got the support he did, or you would have ruined his reputation, career and livelihood for absolutely nothing. Holy shit! Kavos really isn't holding back on this one, is he? Fucking hell, you might as well get Kavos and fucking JJ in the boxing ring so they can sort this beef out. I'm joking. Oh, fucking hell. But seriously, guys, that's been it for the entire video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you slap the like button, and if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and have the notifications turned on so you never miss another video. I'm therefore done with this entire topic. At least until next time. I'm hoping there won't be a next time, but again, who knows? In the meantime, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.